For the opportunity to be able to share with whatever little contribution HDFC Bank has made so far. Given that the topic was innovative payments in the modern banking and financial inclusion, so I thought I will just take a brief, on what innovation means for us, what is our strategy, what little we have contributed, and where do we see the future of payments. If you really look at HDFC Bank, our innovation strategy has been based on 3 pillars. The first one is that we believe that mobile is the way to go, or the mobile devices, so as to say, and we believe mobile is the fulcrum. And in the subsequent slide, I will reason why we believe that mobile is the fulcrum, and that is why we launched our campaign Bank Aapki Muthi Mein on the mobile platform. The other thing we strongly believe is the user experience at the end of the day, because mobile has a very relatively smaller real estate, is the key if you want mobile to be the fulcrum of all a user does today. And of course, the last and possibly the most worrisome things in the mobile, people are not really aware what can happen on mobile. Not many firewalls are there on the mobile, not many Trojan systems defense is there on the mobile, but it is actually a myth. But then a lot of progress is still to be made. So we believe that privacy and security, if it is combined with the user experience, that is the way to go, and that is where the customer's life or our lives will revolve going forward. Just to give credence to why we believe mobile is the fulcrum, just a small statistic which most of you would anyway be aware. There are 900 million plus mobile subscriptions today. There are 200 million plus internet users on mobile, and 72% of overall web page views is now originating from mobile. And if I believe some pundits, it is expected to be 95% by the end of 2017. So that's a phenomenal figure to have. And then, again giving credence to the fact that mobile has become the fulcrum around which our life has started revolving now. More than 170 minutes are being spent on mobile by internet users. The other pillar which we said was that user experience is the ultimate thing. If we look at the today's world on the smartphone, there are more than 50 apps which are usually there on a single mobile device, a smartphone somebody is carrying. And the teenagers, of course, carrying possibly more than 75 apps on their device. But then, and they use, not only that, they're using more than 25 apps in a month, right from WhatsApp to weather forecast to possibly stock market. There are more than 25 apps are being used monthly. And the important fact is that 60% of the apps actually get deinstalled in 7 days flat. It means if the user experience is not taken care of, chances are we will surely be in oblivion in days to come. And having said that mobile is the device again where our wife is now centering, the privacy and the security have of course become non-negotiable. So we at the HDFC Bank believe that proactive vigilance is the only way forward. People are smarter than us. They will do smarter things than us. So the only way we can be safeguarding our interest and our consumer interest is by being proactively vigilant when it comes to mobile security. A little bit of facts. More than 50,000 plus cyber attacks in India in 2015 alone. 25,000 back frauds happened per year. Fortunately, we have come unscathed out of it so far. But that doesn't mean that we are not vulnerable, and that we are taking guard to safeguard the interest of our consumers, our banks, and also to comply with the regulatory requirements which are there. And if you look at the amount, it's $20 billion. Somebody mentioned 22,000 crores of cost of moving cash. If we can save this much, possibly that would not be a worrisome factor for us. Now, if we look at some of the initial payment innovation success which has happened at the HDFC Bank, and that to take from the previous speaker, it starts from the bottom of the pyramid and goes to the top of the pyramid. For example, we are part of an ecosystem called Chiller, which is basically a peer-to-peer payment mechanism. Allows you to install a small app on your mobile, connect your account to it, and then start transferring money to anybody who's there in your contact book without having to know anything other than the contact number of the other person. Not only that, it can also work in the offline mode. So in the next version it is going to come, there will be an offline mode attached to it. So you will be able, even if you are offline, you will be able to transfer up to 5,000 rupees to the person you want to transfer money to. We also knew that there are multiple credit cards, there are multiple debit cards. People are using cards primarily for the benefits which come associated with the particular card. So on a travel side, I am using a miles card. On a Flipkart side, I am using a discount card. So people are carrying multiple credit cards, people are carrying multiple debit cards, and that is becoming a problem. And that is where our innovation, a one-click payment app called PayZap comes in, where you can link any card of any of the bank's card, any card which you carry, and just using a single click can make payments. You can transfer money, you can make payments, and of course you can do online or offline purchases through the PayZap using a QR code. The other interesting phenomena which is emerging is the wearable banking, and he said that his chip is going to come on wearable devices. So just by the shake of the wrist, you will be able to transfer money. We are also very much aware of what is going to happen. So we were the first bank in the industry to launch an app on the Apple Watch, which allows you to view your view account information, which allows you to make payments, and which also gives the ability for you to receive actionable notifications which come on your Apple Watch. And just by the flick of the wrist, you can execute the action which is associated with the message which just arrived on your Apple Watch. Now, going forward, we also know that like we talked about the security, we have also joined hands with NPCI and Zumigo as a technology provider, where now if you are going to transact on an ATM or a POS device, we will check where is your mobile located, because chances are you may not carry your purse, but you will definitely be carrying your mobile with you. So if you are transacting at a place using your card, we will check what is your mobile device location, and if it is now not found in the proximity of you, they are based on a certain business rules, and action can be taken whether to allow or not to allow the transaction. So if somebody steals my ATM card and uses a guess to transact at the ATM, just guessing the PIN, because my mobile is not going to be in the vicinity of the ATM where he is transacting, chances are the transaction will get declined. And the same thing will happen at the POS devices also. We intend to go live in another 3 to 6 months, and that will provide the required security for transactions which take place either using taking anything other than a mobile phone. Now, if you also look at some of the interesting things, we know NFC has been around for quite some time, but NFC has not really taken off unless the issues which are there in the ecosystems are actually resolved. So so what we are doing is that we are partnering with a company which is going to use sound waves to be able to transact between two mobile phones rather than the NFC. That means that today's phones are ready for proximity payments without them being NFC enabled, or without them to have an NFC tag or an NFC chip built into them. That pilot has already started, and very soon we will be live with this, and this again will possibly be the first time a bank would be doing in the industry. Now, having said that, what is the next thing which we are doing? And we are already again doing a pilot on that. What is the best way to transact, or what is the most secure way to transact, is actually using a particular characteristic of yours which is only known to you, which cannot be copied, which cannot be duplicated, and it provides you the simplicity also to transact. So we are coming up with something called voice banking and voice-based payments. So what we really would be doing is that when you do an online transaction on any of the websites, a random 6-digit code will appear on your mobile. You just have to speak into the microphone of your device, a mobile device, those 6 random numerals, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and your transaction will be authenticated and it will be executed securely. As you know, the voice cannot be duplicated just like the fingerprint cannot be duplicated. And it is, so the biometrics are going to be the next revolution when it comes to authenticating the payments and providing the ease of payments. So just imagine being able to speak to your app, asking it to let you log in, asking you to make a bill payment, and all that happens securely without you having to worry about somebody stealing your identity. Now that we have covered these areas, the social media is the only place possibly which is left. And many of the banks have done a wonderful job over there. So ICICI has done it, Kotak has done it, Axis Bank has done it. Now you may be wondering how come HDFC Bank is not there in the social space. We are very much there in the social space. But what we believe is that social media or the new media is going to replace internet banking in another 2 to 3 years to come. So there will only be 2 channels left when it comes to remote transactions. It will be your mobile, but mobile is also social. So social is where the banking is going to take place for the next millennium customer. So we are coming out with a very comprehensive strategy to offer banking services on the social platform, which will, if not the exact replica of net banking, but it will give you almost all what you would like to do on the social platform itself, where people are spending more than 2 hours, and our average time spent of an Indian consumer on social media is already almost twice what the US consumer is spending on social media. So we are coming out with a very comprehensive social banking channel, and which we believe will replace net banking in another 2 to 3 years to come. Now that we have talked about what is the present and what is happening here, we will just tell you a little bit on how do we innovate, what is the status of innovation at HDFC Bank. We believe that innovation is the only differentiator going forward. Given in the financial system there is not much to differentiate, so we believe innovation is the only way out. So we have built a 15-member dedicated team, which by the end of this year will become almost a 30-member team. Between these 50 members, in the last 1.5 hours since the time we have set up this unit, more than 500 ideas have been scanned. 154 have found to be feasible in the first stage, out of which 75 are in the various stages of development. 23 have gone live in the last 1.5 years, and in the last 1 year alone, last 6 months alone, we have gone live with 10 innovative ideas in the market. And out of those 10, 8 are industry first. There are 85, now you would obviously worry about ROI. More than 85 crore of savings and revenue has been generated through these 10 projects alone. And the additional customers we have engaged with these 10 projects is around 8 lakhs. And we expect to cover our 55 million consumer base in next 2 years coming through the innovations which are there in the pipeline. Now to do a little bit of crystal gauging in the future, we believe that e-wallets have arrived. As many of the companies are there who are doing a wonderful job when it comes to m-wallets or e-wallets. If you really look at some of the statistics, there are more than 30 players in India alone who are providing these. And already 30% of overall online purchase is going through e-wallets or m-wallets. And finally, it's going to be an $1,100 billion market by the end of 2020 as far as India is concerned. So we believe the wallets are going to be there. So our application Pays app not only works as an electronic wallet, it also provides the capability to act as an m-wallet for peer-to-peer transfers. And the other thing we said, NFC. NFC will provide the ultimate consumer experience. So we hope and we believe that very shortly, maybe in a year or two, NFC will actually find its place and will act as the next proximity payment technology, which will supersede most of the other contactless technology which are there in the place. And biometrics, so voice-based payments are going to arrive. We are going to be one of the first to launch those. And we believe that MasterCard has already done a beta on that. So we believe that voice is going to be the next authentication parameter when it comes to transacting online. And finally, we believe that God has finally smiled on us and He has really arrived in the form of Internet of Things. So going forward, all of your devices, all of our devices or objects will have identity, will have artificial intelligence, and will be able to actually do whatever your mobile or desktops or the internet is doing today. For example, and a company has already which has launched a display platform on its on its SUV. We are going to put an app there which will allow you to do banking while you are driving, while you are cruising at the speed of 150 miles per hour. And you will wonder, why do banking when you are cruising at the speed of 150 miles per hour? You are talking, you just have to speak, and using the Internet of Things, it will automatically be executed. Your car will keep track of your fuel, your car will keep track of your insurance, your car will take track of any maintenance needs to be done. It will automatically stop, refuel, pay the bills, it will go to the service station, talk to the service station, get it itself repaired, and pay the bill then and there. And that is where we believe is the next revolution going to come from, and the day is not far away. We have already started, and we hope in next 2 years, God will finally smile on us. With that, I would like to end this presentation, and many thanks for listening to us and giving us a chance to speak to you. Thank you very much.